In session 3, we just titled it Common Grace. And so I want to tell you some of the things I want to talk about. Really in how God has designed the world to work. There are things that are given to men and women, whether they're Christians or not, whether they're God's people or not. He gives them good gifts. And so one of the things, in fact, the primary thing I want to talk about in this section or this session is the common grace goodness of God in sex within marriage. I think that there's such difficulty in this area, and I think that primarily is birthed and built upon really, once again, some lies that we're looking at and believing about what we might be missing out on, or I think the pornification of sexuality in how it informs the way we think about it has done a ton of destruction on the souls of men and women and their ability to connect intimately. And so I just want to dive into God's good design for sex, how we might think rightly about it, and how to make sure that what we've been really informed of and shaped by is true, right, and good, and not perverse, broken, and out of step with God's good gift to us, because it is God's good gift to us. And I know our backgrounds play into this, our fears play into this, our upbringing plays into this. And so I just want to have a real candid, open conversation about the joys and difficulties around the sexual aspect of our relationship through the lens of it being a common grace gift given to all men.
Yeah, and I'm glad, we're going to be talking about this, because I think this area in particular, there's just a lot of shame, one way or the other. Either you're past, or you were one of those church kids who was like, it's, dirty and gross until you...
So give it to the one you love.
Yes. So, I'm glad we'll be talking about this and always coming back to the gospel. Yep. That yes, there's this common grace of sex, but that really it's within these bounds that the Lord gives us, and the covering that He gives us in Jesus, where we're able to connect, without that piece of shame keeping us from connecting.
So good.